gray clouds formations can be seen. Young JB is still in the park playing with his paper airplane when he saw a lizard on the ground. He took a few steps to see what the lizard was doing. Lizards are supposed to be on walls or ceiling, right? He thought. He saw the lizard seems to kiss on the ground, then it went back on the tree where he thought it came from. JB was left confused. Why does he do that? JB! It's already 6 p.m. Why are you still here?
I was playing with my new paper plane earlier. But you know what? I saw something really interesting. I saw the lizard kissing the ground.
Okay. But for now, let's go home. It's getting dark already.
Lola, you won't believe what I saw. I saw a lizard kissing the ground.
Really? Then it must be 6 p.m. Yes, it is. But what does it have to do with the lizard kissing the ground?
I'll tell you a very interesting story later, right after dinner.
After dinner, Imarian and JB walked into their grandmother's room, got their pillows and seated right in front of their grandmother, getting ready to hear the story. Their grandma just smiled, and the two just nodded with excitement.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a man named Lizardo. He is known in the barrio for being a naughty and self-centered man. He always did what he wanted and never cared to listen to everyone, even to his mother.
Lizardo, can you help me with the laundry later? My back hurts.
I can't. I'll be going to the other barrio for the disco. I don't want to look tired.
Just this once. Help me out.
If you can do it now, then do it tomorrow. I am a very important person to that event.
That night, after Lizardo left the house for the disco, it rained really hard. Amalia is really worried about his son, so she decided to go after her son to bring him an umbrella. On the other hand, at the disco hall, Lizardo saw a very beautiful maiden. Her beauty stands out and he really thought that she is one of a kind. Lizardo approached the lady. Lizardo could feel that the beautiful lady has no interest in him. And so he decided to make a move on her, hoping that the lady would change her mind. But before he could speak, her mother appeared right into his eyes.
Hi, I'm Lizardo. And you are?
Because Lizardo was so furious, he didn't realize that he shouted to his mother
What are you doing here? I can take care of myself.
and pushed his mother to the ground. He was shocked by his action. Amalia, not letting his son be humiliated, she quickly stood up, dusted off herself, and smiled like nothing happened. Amalia ran home soaking wet to the rain. Lizardo continued to the disco, and Mayari on the other hand saw what happened, and that made her disappointed in Lizardo more. The next morning, Amalia was sick, so sick that she couldn't move herself. She looked for her son, but it seems like he was not home yet since last night. She forced herself to get up, cook, and drink medicine. If I am sick, I can't find my son, she thought. After drinking her medicine, she still felt very weak, but she chose to leave the house and start asking the neighbors to her son's whereabouts.
Hey Jude, did you see my son? He went to the disco last night, but he isn't back yet.
Oh, I think he slept at Roberto's house last night, but I think he was not there anymore because he said that he will pursue a beautiful girl he met last night. Amalia was relieved of what the young boy said, so she went back to the house and there she waited until her son came back. While her mother was busy finding him, Lizardo went to another town the other day to follow Mayari, and he is very determined to impress her and eventually ask her to be his girlfriend.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to ask you out. I know we didn't have a good start last night. Maybe can I have a chance?
No, I've seen enough. I don't want to be associated with you.
I'll do whatever you want me to do. Please, give me a chance.
Mayari thought of putting Lizardo on a test. She made him fetch water and do any kinds of chores. Now, Lizardo did everything and he was so tired.
I did everything you asked. Was that enough?
No, that was just nothing. You still have to pass this one last request. You said you can do everything for me, right?
Yes, I'll do everything.
Then, can you get your mother's heart for me?
Lizardo was shocked by Mayari's request, but because he was tired and not in his right mind, he quickly went home. His step becomes heavy as he enters the house. He saw his mother weakly smiling at him and asked,
You're finally here! Where did you go? Have you eaten something yet? I have cooked your favorite dish.
No, I'm fine. Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. I already drank my medicine. Thank you for asking. Love you, son.
Lizardo felt soft for a moment, but when Lizardo thought of Mayari's request, he thought his mother was weak enough not to go against his plan. The thought of succeeding in this final request and his fantasy of being with Mayari flooded his mind. And so, when his mother turned her back, Lizardo stabbed her in the neck with a bolo and cut her chest open. He went to get her heart, holding it in his hand, warm and still beating. Then, he buried his mom under the kubo, and when he was about to leave the house to go after Mayari, a thunder loudly roared and it started to rain really hard. That made Lizardo realize that what he had done. He was terrified, shaking, and realized that there are many other girls to like around the world, but none of them can replace his mom. Moments after, a goddess appears right in front of him, and it was Mayari. And that was the story of why lizards kiss the ground by 6 p.m.
Imarian and JB are still shocked by the story. Their grandmother chuckled at their reactions and said,
Of course, it was still a story and we cannot say that it's true. But the story will help us realize to love our mothers as much as they love us because no one can ever replace them.
Right! I remember that it will be Mother's Day tomorrow. Come on, JB. Let's plan out what we can do for Mom.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Lola, for telling us a great story. I will never be like Lizardo.
Let's go, JB. Good night,
Good night, Lola.
Serves you right, Lizardo.